Shenanigans, can you not put none of this up, gang? We just having a conversation.
Nigga,
this
you
is
don't
personal.
control my media team. Talk to me, nigga. What you talking about, nigga? Clubhouse shenanigans on deck, nigga. You crazy?
And Clubhouse shenanigans, Clubhouse shenanigans is in the. Hold on, one mic. Clubhouse shenanigans is in the room, so this is going on YouTube, man.
So
wait, what?
Took the stand. They had a gang expert come and take the stand.
So what he say on the stand?
So whoever he report to is to 77 Division. That's who he came and had take the stand against.
That's the grid program, niggas.
What is going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Got a little bit of drama to report on, as you guys see here, between 600 and Spider Locc. There's been a little bit of ish talking going back and forth, and some fades have been called out amongst the two of them, and there's just a whole bunch of internet debauchery going on time now. But let's take a look at some of the action. It appears that things began off with Spider Locc rolling around throughout the 60s, and it looks here like he was on Slauson and Figueroa, and basically saying that he is heading over to 600 section and he is looking for his fade. The reason why Spider Locc was rolling around looking for this fade, it appears a conversation surrounding snitching has began to revolve around Spider Locc. Now, I'm not here to say whether or not those allegations are true or if they're not true, but of course Wack 100 is again at the center of all this, and we'll take a look at that.
AB was about to snitch on these, man. With Big Mish, everybody's like, this AB, man, is way too.
Nah, you what? No shit.
He ain't about to, what?
Nah, you didn't give him nothing. I read it. You didn't give him nothing.
Like what? Like what? Hey, so we sat through the whole thing. I pushed it out long as I could, because I bailed out on a $10 million bail. That's how much this told. The went in there told to where my bail was 10 times the amount of Michael Jackson's bail.
Home invasion, right?
Attempted home invasion.
Yeah.
Hot one.
Big Spider Locc told, bro. He told on. I read the work.
Yeah. Said that everybody, but the thing was, I took the whole joint in the beginning. I said, hey man, yeah, the money is mine. They like, whose money is this? That's mine. They like, you know how much it is? It's mine. They like, oh, okay. What about the granary? It's mine too. I got a shop. I'm like, if you look at my wallet, I got a dispensary license. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't tripping off of that.
Yeah, you know your brother used to grow too.
Yeah, I had the actual licenses, and he was in his situation because he didn't have the license. I had the licenses. My shit is correct. You know what I'm saying? I'm already American national. Got Pop had me correcting this motherfucker. So when they said, you know, what, this is mine. I'm the youngest. I was 19 at the time. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, this is all me. They like, who car is this? I don't even know who car this is. I'm like, I asked this nigga to give me a ride, you know, but that's about it. So I was looking out for him at first because it's already, you know, we've been sliding all through the country. He been saying he got a bunch of multiples and shit on and all kind of little crazy shit was going on. So I didn't think that nigga was gonna get on the stand, point a nigga out, and make up a fake ass story like nigga did everything. And even the dudes, it was like, we never seen the guy that's out there, and we ain't never seen him. They did a all-scene lineup on me. They like, nah, we don't know him. It's like, well, we do know X, Y, and Z. So when they said that, he said, nah, he's not talking about me. The dude hit him in the head with the thing, and he did it all. That's the other one is my brother. He's cool. He works for the post office. So this guy tried to throw me under had the gang experts come, identified me from other from the Magic Mountain Justice shit, all that so weird. Like, I'm like, why would this go in there and do this? So I had the homies come and witness him witnessing on the stand and shit. I'm like,
so the nigga Big Spider took the stand.
Big Spider took the stand. His brother took the stand. They had a gang expert come and take the stand.
So what he say on the stand?
So whoever he report to is to 77 Division. That's who he came and had take the stand against.
That's the grid program niggas.
All right, so this individual speaking, this is one AB. I'm not familiar at all with who that is. So this is where it seems like the whole conversation about paperwork and snitching may have stemmed from. And again, like I said, it's Wack 100 that is yet again at the center of all this. But let's move a little further in the action now that we got a little bit of premise about what the friction is currently today between 600 and Spider Locc. You can see him rolling here by the Slauson Super Mall, right? We'll go a little bit further into action. Okay, so eventually the live wind up cutting off. You know, Spider Locc is actually rolling around listening to Blue Laces 2 by Nipsey. He keeps throwing up his hood affiliations and this, that, and the third. Now let's go to the next live.
Fat boy, where you at, Crip? Gloves, back to shoes. Yeah, homie. I'm just saying, you said you want to fade, come in your set, cuz. Friendly fade, everything safe. Yeah, cameras and everything. Not worry about no weird shit. Let's squabble, Crip.
All right, now it appears that Big U is also there.
Where you at? Now you book. Bring whoever you want to bring with you. Any of them weirdos that's on your nuts, east side niggas or whoever, bring with you.
So according to the rules of the street politics and this, that, and the third, it appears like Spider Locc has done the right thing because Big U, 600's big homie, he's there. So it looks like he tapped in with Big U, tried to set it up the proper way. However, the guidelines require somebody to do that. According to the things that I'm familiar with that I've heard on the internet about how things go, it looks like Spider Locc took the right steps in order to get this accomplished. Now, let's go a little bit further in the action.
Hold no honey, you set the 6 on your backyard. Come on, you can get it too.
All right, boom. So that's pretty much approximately where I got the thumbnail from. And just to show everybody that that is indeed Big U along with Spider Locc. Now let's go over to the video upload that Christopher Lovejoy, aka 600, put up.
Spider, so you mean to tell me you really want to fight, but you didn't make the phone call? How you called your homie the night before? We gonna really fight. We don't need no audience. We don't damn sure need no police, rap busters in the background who's scared to ever say my name. Let's just get that straight. You in the parking lot with the police talking about come fight? Bro, what I look like, Boo Boo the Fool? Listen, you just seen we just went live. I was with the homie. You seen we was out the way. But I'll be back late tonight in the morning. So this is what we gonna do though. Just how you called your big homie and they called me, I want you to do that same phone call. And we're gonna pull up, and mano, we gonna squabble and get it out the way. But as far as pulling up with the police in the parking lot and all that, hey, listen, bro, that's South, bro. I don't know what you think this is, bro. But we for sure gonna get it in, though. But don't go live so the police and everybody can see. We all have each other's number. Let's get this out the way. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna call your big homie, how we talked the day before yesterday, and we're gonna set it up. Not no internet, what you doing? Let's get it.
Now, I took a look all around Spider Locc's video. I could not find any police in the parking lot, or I didn't see any like police cars or officers with badges or anything of that nature. I didn't notice that myself. So it's like, what is 600 talking about here? Well, man, we all know about the conversations that have surrounded Big U and Grid. Right? It's all about grid. I guess how I want to say this is we'll go to the paperwork. Let's get this contract pulled up. So this is the contract summary sheet from the Mayor's Office of Public Safety. The contractor's name is an ex-offender fellowship doing business as Developing Options. This here is Developing Options website, and as we can see there, that is Big U Eugene Henley. Developing Options Incorporated is a nonprofit organization that began in 2004 to give the youth of the 77th Grid Zone in Los Angeles, California, choices beyond the gang violence, drug, and crime through advocacy, education, resources, trainings, development, and sports. This is like their mission statement on the website. So let's get back over to this contract. This is the contract that is good through 2019. This was for $555,000. Okay. And this is for the ex-offender fellowship network doing business as Developing Options, signed here by the CEO, Eugene Henley. Okay. Now, why Christopher Lovejoy might be saying police is because of something called the Triangle Protocol. So let's take a look at what the Triangle Protocol is, or the Triangle Partnership. The Triangle Partnership is comprised of 3 entities: community intervention workers, CIWs, law enforcement personnel, and grid office staff, which respond simultaneously to gang-related incidents of violence. The relational triangle combines the assessment and implementation of strategies by intervention contractors, the investigative and targeted suppression strategies of law enforcement, and the access to services and community organizing principles of grid office staff. The Triangle Partnership embodies fluid, ongoing communication between the partners to reduce levels of violence. I repeat, to reduce levels of violence within the community. Okay, now with this incident that we saw here with Spider Locc showing up to the 60s, right, along with Big U, like we see here, and also telling everybody his neighborhood affiliations spelled out in this graphic here. You can see that there. He's got the EC, or East Coast, and he's throwing up the symbolism for the East Coast script. Well, you have a contracted and interventionist, Big U. He's on scene. So one would think that maybe Big U here, his responsibility, according to what he's contractually obligated to do, would be to attempt to reduce the levels of violence within the community, because if I'm not mistaken, if two men are fighting, then that would equal what? Violence. Pretty sure that's illegal. So let's just scroll down. Here's a visual representation. Grid, that means that is the mayor's office, okay? So that would be currently time now, that would be Karen Bass. Law enforcement and intervention. Intervention is developing options, and the CEO of developing options is one Eugene Big U Henley. So as we can see here, law enforcement and the grid office communicate with one another. Intervention and law enforcement communicate with one another, and intervention and the grid office communicate with one another. They all three of these communicate. LAPD/grid partnership meetings will serve to convene the grid intervention contractor, grid prevention contractor, law enforcement, and grid office regional program coordinator. Okay, so this is a little explanation of the triangle protocol. Now, I want to show you guys something else. We're going to go to page 105. This is chapter 1, the intervention services overview. The grid office contracts with agencies to provide gang intervention services within grid zones. Contractors are responsible for the provision of intervention case management services, violence interruption activities, including proactive peacemaking and peacekeeping, incident response, participation in community engagement efforts, etc. We got to talk about how these communications happen between the LAPD and the grid office and the contractor, aka developing options. All right, this portion of the contract talks about new hires to developing options or grid contractors. So new hires will be added to the real-time analysis and critical response, or RACER, notification system in order to receive direct communication from the LAPD, from the Los Angeles Police Department. Okay, so we're gonna pop over to another one of Big U's contracts, Ex-Offender Fellowship Network, doing business as developing option, and this is from 2011. Now we're gonna hop over to something called the scope of services. Again, we were talking about RACER, right? The real-time analysis and critical response division. So there has to be a way for that triangle protocol. There has to be a way for them to communicate with each other, right? Otherwise, how does anybody know anything? There has to be an open line of communication somehow. The contractor will provide violence interruption and crisis response activities that include responding to specific gang-related confrontations, working to mediate and diffuse conflict tensions, and actively promote peace building. The contractor shall ensure community intervention workers are following the GVI, or the gang violence interruption process outlined in Appendix A. The contractor will ensure that community intervention workers utilize their BlackBerry devices to receive and respond to RACER notifications, and in communicating with law enforcement, mayor staff, and other relevant entities. The CIWs will serve as first responders for all gang-related incidents within their designated grid zone area, or area that may impact their designated grid zone. That's important because I want to show you guys the grid zone map. Now that is Hyde Park. As you guys can see here, this is the Gang Reduction and Youth Development Hyde Park, or 77th Division 1. This is going to be Van Nuys, and this is Slauson right here. Okay, so this is the Harvard playground. Hopefully everybody can see that just fine. And I'm going to go over to, so here we go. This is Van Nuys Recreational Center. Okay, right over here, this is Harvard Park. And just so everybody has a really good reference point of where the 77th is. This is the Nipsey Hussle mural at the Fatburger Wall. I think we all know where that is. That is right next to Nipsey's shop, right? All right, let's get that out of here. We'll just drop our street dude down so we can see exactly what it is we're looking at. We'll go on Slauson Avenue. Okay, we'll just swing around. And of course, there is the Marathon Clothing Store. Swing around. You just swing around a little bit. there is, you can see there is the Fat Burger. That is the area in which Big U controls, right, with the 77th Division. Now, the additional questions, right, that anybody might have for this, I would love to hear what you guys' questions would be. And again, like I always tell you guys, I'm just here to present the data. So that is where I was trying to make it make sense. Like, why is he keep saying that I'm not going to show up? You know, Christopher Lovejoy, he's like, I'm not showing up to no parking lot with the police and this, that, and the third. When I thought about back on the grid contracts, I was like, well, maybe he does make a pretty good point here. And my last point before I leave it with you guys and, you know, let you guys ask some additional questions or just comment on things. This is going to be my last point. Okay, and I want to go over chapter 7 here and incident response. And remember that we're maintaining the triangle protocol with the LAPD and the mayor's office via the BlackBerry device and racer notifications. So let's just go over some things that are contractual obligations for Eugene Henley's developing options. The contractor shall provide 24-hour, 7-day-a-week incident response coverage for their contracted grid zone. Contractor shall assign on-call CIWs or contracted interventionist workers, and more or less what that means, contracted interventionist worker is just anybody that works underneath of Big U's company. Anyways, let me make this last point and I'll get out of you guys' hair. Now, the contractor shall assign on-call contracted interventionist workers to a monthly schedule and outline their assignments in the Community Engagement Plan, or the CEP. For your reference, the template for the CEP is included in the appendix of this handbook as Appendix B. The contracted interventionist workers, they shall have agency assigned cell phones to ensure prompt response to incidents. Incident response within the zones. Check this out. Within 30 minutes of notification of an incident of violence via racer, law enforcement, grid office, community member, etc., the contract interventionist worker will self-deploy in an effort to decrease community tension, reduce the probability of retaliation, engage the involved gangs and crews, and assist affected families and community members. Appropriate responses may include deploying to the crime scene, deploying to the hospital, deploying to the place in the community, engaging the victim or perpetrator's family, engaging the victim or perpetrator's crew, engaging law enforcement, etc. The contracted interventionist worker will maintain open communication with grid office staff and law enforcement to maintain the triangle protocol. The contractor shall contact grid office staff within 30 minutes of an incident notification and exchange information to further develop their preliminary plan of action. Grid office staff will connect with law enforcement and collect the following initial information: incident date and time, incident location, the address, the grid zone and the division, the victim's information, the name, age, ethnicity, the suspected affiliations, the victim's location, the hospital, crime scene, and also law enforcement contact. Contact law enforcement when necessary to confirm incident details. 3. The contractor shall provide grid office staff with an incident update within 12 hours of incident deployment. The incident update shall be delivered via phone call or email. The incident update shall include up-to-date information in order to dispel rumors, the temperature of the community, potential for retaliation, and immediate needs for mediation. The incident update key points. The next steps: identify retaliation potential and mediation needs. That's very interesting right there. Services offered. Describe services offered to victim and or victim's family. Identification of hotspots, areas that may be hotter due to the incident. Community response. Describe the community's response. Were the victim's family or friends present? Was the community agitated? 4. The contractor shall log incident reports into the Grid ETO database in accordance with Grid's data collection policies. Reports for incidents are due each Wednesday. The reports due will cover incidents that occurred Sunday through Saturday of the prior week. For example, incident date was Sunday, July 1st through Saturday, July 7th. Then that report is going to be due on Friday, July 13th. The contractor shall enter incident reports into the Grid ETO database for all incidents where RPCs and CIWs took took some type of action related to the incident. Incidents in the GRID ETO database indicated as requiring a report from GRID RCPs, RPCs, and CIWs. Only one contracted interventionist worker incident report is to be entered for each incident, regardless of how many CIWs responded to the incident. CIW report should reflect all incident information, actions taken, contacts made, etc. within 24 hours of the incident. Wow. You know, so maybe I was just, like I said, I was just trying to think. I'm like, why would Christopher Lovejoy be saying that the police were in the parking lot? Like, he's not showing up to any police, you know, he's not going to do that. And then, again, like I said, I'm like, well, let me go back over these contracts and see, you know, let me just review that stuff. So with Big U maintaining the Triangle Protocol and also maintaining these contracts, since this was an incident that had possible gang violence attached to it, like we saw Spider throwing up his gang affiliation there. And he is right next to a GRID contractor, Eugene Henley, CEO of Developing Options. So it kind of, I was like, well, although Big U might not be wearing a badge or anything like that, I can understand how Christopher Lovejoy would associate him with being law enforcement. It's not my call to make. I would love to hear back from you guys on what you think about it. But that's my little breakdown, and that's the little, yeah, I just wanted to give y'all my input. You know how I always do it. I do it the most I can with facts. This has been a half hour long. I'm sorry it took so long, but sometimes these things are like, they just take a little bit to explain and go through. But God bless y'all, man. Keep God first, and long live Nip Hustle the Great. Y'all know the marathon continues, as always. It's true. Peace, peace, family.
Ain't no denying that.
God damn. He broke
Ain't
that
no
shit down.
denying that.
And that's some deep shit right there.
Hey, bro, you see the triangle? Mayor, 77th Street Police Division, Big U. Ain't no denying that, bro.
Ain't no denying that.
And see, that's how SKG got booked when he made the arrest. The hotel say we ain't calling the police. He did. They arrested her as if she assaulted the police. So here it is, Spider talking about show up over here. Big U in the parking lot. Everybody that was in the parking lot with him right there was motherfucking GRID program workers up under him. So that means when the police pull up and they flash their little credentials, what they say goes, oh yeah, this man pulled up, he attacked this dude. We don't know what happened. I'm here trying to stop it. Boom, boom, boom. Whole time you part of the play, but then you go to playing police. No, nigga, if the police pull up, let it be what it's gonna be, a mutual combat, whatever it's gonna be. Don't have nigga like Big U, that is the police, giving a statement, because you don't like this nigga already, to get him slammed down and keep Spot on the street. Who the fuck gonna pull up in a situation like that?
Ain't pulling up to no fucking cop spot. That was a bunch of cops over there. I seen Big y'all, oh, they got the cops there, they got the GRID there, Wack. You heard me tell you that. I was like, what the fuck? How you gonna have him there when we know he gonna call the cops? He's already proved it many a times. He just proved it on SKG. God damn, that broke that shit down. That ego. That's bad work. That's bad fucking work.
Anybody on the floor that understand what he said?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying maybe y'all didn't. Because dude broke it down. Like, what do you mean about the police? Okay, this is what he meant. That's bad work.
He put it all the way in perspective.
Bro, ain't no
Yeah, that was some real deep shit.
Hey, more and more
For
people
real.
are breaking it down though like that. Now this is like I've been noticing like more and more people are breaking like why is he saying it's the police? This is why he's saying it's the police. The triangle shit, the motherfucker, they gotta report straight to the police. They doing gun buyback programs. They are trying to get you off the streets. But he's over here trying to be part of the streets. Don't make no fucking sense. You are a cop, Big U. You are a fucking rat.
Yeah, dude probably got a badge of some sort.
Bro, that nigga got the power and authority to do some shit. That's how he booked SKG.
Just about to say, that's another way he gonna amp up, quote unquote, his services, is he putting people in situations to get caught the fuck up, so he can bring them in.
If you notice, when you looked at that whole video, he tried to position himself like I'm there, but I'm not part of this. But the neighborhood and they ain't showing up. What you mean? Well, you know, it's obviously they're not showing up. So he's gonna say, well, I was here because I heard it was gonna be this. When the whole time you orchestrated, you trying to put the nigga in the trick bag. When you work with police, you are the police.
That's the first thing we learned, is not to work with the police, man. We learned that's rule number 1.
He getting quality raises too.
Oh, this new raise he got is different. The paperwork on this new raise, Wack, is different.
I told you.
Keep up the good job, Eugene.
Oh, he's doing exceptionally well. He's out shining every other spot. He is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing, and he's got to be doing high quality arrests, high quality shit, because he got a sick ass raise. That
nigga got.
They're giving him bonuses, Wack. They giving him bonuses and some more shit.
I don't need the fucking approval. Y'all motherfuckers be doing too much.
Yeah, that nigga got a $600,000 raise.
To get a raise like that in a motherfucking field like that, you have to be giving them some premium work. You got to be doing your job to the utmost ability. You have to be giving them motherfucking some busts that quality busts. These got to be quality takedowns.
Yeah, that shit make a whole lot of sense, Beast.
That nigga out there, he probably solving cold cases and all that shit.
All that.
Oh, shit, you already know cold cases and some more shit.
Giving traffic tickets.
Nigga tried to bait those 600 in there.
Bait him in there to that one high yesterday. They tried to.
Yeah, I seen that shit. Crooked motherfuckers.
They went to that parking lot and Big U pops out of nowhere, happy-go-lucky, cheering. I'm like, oh. And then I seen somebody, I think they even had somebody had a real-life grid vest on working there with them. He had like a little flag, you seen that vest he had on? I was like, is that a grid vest this guy got on? Yo, this shit was different.
Damn, they really putting in work. They got vests too.
You know how a construction worker has? One of them they got real life vests now, like community grid workers. They have to be seen when they're out there patrolling.
They was about to have a grid bus, bro.
They gotta be out there patrolling. They gotta be seen. You know what I mean? They don't. Yo.
Hey, let me get a gang too, some update on some shit too. So in this training thing, right? These motherfuckers got fucking monitor fucking windows that but then.
Who the fuck was that?
What was he saying?
No,
this nigga said, come on.
I almost went into another room.
Somebody need to headbutt this nigga.
I never seen a nigga stop talking.
What you do, and they gonna have